Every client portfolio has some degree of foreign exchange exposure. For most of our clients, this will derive from the non-US assets that we build into our equity exposures. These non-US equity markets will be denominated in local currencies. And when these local currencies appreciate or depreciate relative to the US dollar, that will have a direct implication on the returns that come from those assets. For example, when those local currencies fall against the US dollar, this will erode the return that those asset classes otherwise give. If, on the other hand, the US dollar is weak, those local currencies will have appreciated, and this will give an additional layer of return relative to the underlying asset return. Foreign exchange markets are among the most volatile and unpredictable of the markets that we deal in. In general, we do not recommend hedging currency exposure across non-US dollar denominated assets. We have found that over time, currency movements tend to have a neutral effect on the portfolio, and hedging currency can be expensive and can erode cash flow. But we do think about those large purchases, and we are continuously monitoring the foreign exchange landscape in order to advise you to how we can expect your assets to perform. For example, many of our clients think about large purchases abroad, such as an apartment in a European capital. At Moneta, we can help you mitigate the impact on your portfolio of a falling dollar, which would lead to that asset getting increasingly more expensive over time. We try to lock in a point in time when you may wish to exchange your dollars for the foreign currency so that that purchase price is protected, is firm, and is secure. We work with our clients to establish where and when certain cash flows are likely to take place and in what currency they will need to make them. We then ensure that you have bank accounts in those currencies and sufficient cash flow into those bank accounts in order to meet the cash flow needs when appropriate. The particularly volatile foreign exchange environment we're in today is clearly top of mind for someone like me. I have expenses in sterling as well as in US dollars, and next year we'll have 2 students attending university in Canada, so need to think about when would be the optimal time to transfer those Canadian dollars into their accounts to pay for tuition. At Moneta, we understand the foreign exchange can have very real implications, and we work with you to understand your cash flows and get the right currency in the right place at the right time.